Is it just me, or is Hollywood acting a little bit weird lately? Timothée Chalamet is like a completely different person. Pedro Pascal's in like 40 films. Hell, everybody else is questioning if Selena Gomez is real right now. I literally made a video in 2025 about this and no one watched it. We have an emergency on our hands, and that's because you did not vote for Amelia Perez for Best Picture. Tashi Duncan from Challengers is now destroying our sense of reality, but also our fiction. She's merging the two worlds together. Welcome to the Come On Effect Part 2.
So what is the Come On Effect? Do you remember the ending of Challengers where Art and Patrick were hugging it out, and then all of a sudden Tashi yells, well, that yell was so loud it radiated through the fictional world, which opened up a portal. That portal was able to connect to all of Zendaya's filmography. She saw Dune, Marvel, and she even saw Shake It Up. Tashi, being the mastermind she is, decided to enter in all these films and say, what if I recruit a team to control the world? She tried doing that with Art and Patrick, but it didn't seem like it was working out. That is why she devised a team with men hungry for control. But there's only one person who's willing to stop her, and that was Alex Russo, the highest wizard of the Disney universe that Zendaya is also part of. She heard the Come On Effect and journeyed into the films of 2024. She even went as far to enter Amelia Perez and stop Tashi from the chaos she has created in the fictional world. But you didn't listen. You didn't give Amelia Perez the Best Picture. She was pushed back by Tashi and was sent back to the wizarding world of Waverly Place, ultimately leading to her death in one of Tashi's portals. And that is why we have only one hope, and it's for Sinners to win Best Picture at the 2026 Oscars.
Tashi has shaken up our entire timeline, but what scares me is their team has gotten even stronger.
Tashi has assembled a team that has the same competitive nature as Ateri Tupuritse's ice skating team, where the only thing they want is gold. Let's first start with the manipulator in reality, formerly known as Bob Dylan, Paul Atreides, the Lisan Al-Gaib, but he's currently known as Timothée Chalamet.
Isn't it a little odd that everyone's questioning Timothy's change of behavior? Almost as though Timothy is not actually Timothy?
Spirit of Marty Supreme, Christmas Day, Marty Supreme, Dream Big, Marty Supreme, Christmas Day.
You guys are seeing this because the dude's in a trance. The dude's literally saying something that we're not seeing, and he's saying things that are connected to things that we are not understanding. I want to break the news right away. This isn't Timothée Chalamet. This is a fictional character entering into our world. And who might that be? Paul Atreides. And for some who watch part 1, it's actually Bob Dylan. I'll leave the reasoning for the other video. Let's call him Paul for right now. So Paul's Tashi's first crown jewel. He was recently put back on a waiting shelf due to what happened with Denis Villeneuve creating Dune. And with Tashi entering the film and giving the blue juice to Paul Atreides, it started a down spiral of effects. And guess what happened? With Amelia Perez losing, Tashi literally gained so many powers that she was able to merge fiction and reality together with one of her portals. Paul Atreides had a mission on his mind, and that is to replace Timothée Chalamet, sleep on the same bed with Kylie Jenner, and act like nothing ever happened, and go on a Tashi campaign propaganda levels of Marty Supreme marketing. Notice how Timmy looks locked in, demanding Oscars, making Marty Supreme merch so everyone can wear it and be brainwashed by it. Man, I missed that Willy Wonka theater kid. What happened to him? He's literally gone, dead. So why is our current day Timmy dangerous? It's because if he were to win the Best Acting Oscar, it will literally give powers to Tashi to create more portals to send more of her team members into our reality. I choose not to imagine this timeline because we have the control to change it.
Deep breath. Okay. I plead to all those who are listening, do not vote for Timothée Chalamet. Put this man in prison. Also, what the heck is Denis Villeneuve doing? Why is he wearing a Marty Supreme outfit? This guy is such a sellout, definition of.
Now let's move on to the next member of Team Tashi, and that is the newly formed, newly created, and newly addition, the Queen of Trios, Galinda.
Remember how last year was all about the trios, the love triangles? Well, that's because of Challengers. Galinda did a really good job making trio films, and especially since she was in one of them, which is Wicked Part 2.
Ever since Challengers, Hollywood has been dying to recreate that same level of excitement that this love triangle film could bring. Galinda, the new Queen of Trios, must create films that highlight these issues. Love triangles, groups of threes, and all of them need to make a decision. Like last year, there's a lot of films that came out this year about trios. These trio films are the lifeline to Tashi's powers. Without these films, she would literally be nothing. She needs these films in order to remind her of her past, remind her of her existence. And also, since she's the pioneer of this, she essentially gets residuals that keep her powers running.
Here are the films that Galinda provided to Tashi.
The Threesome, which is about a guy who gets 2 girls pregnant during a threesome. K-pop Demon Hunters, Materialist, 100 Nights of a Hero, Kiss of a Spider-Woman, Mickey 17, and which is funny, it's 2 clones and 1 girlfriend, okay. You have Maternity, which is literally cocoa powder for Tashi, as this is a clean pick-me love triangle film. And we also have Frankenstein, which is a quartet love story. So I'm not gonna go too much into Glinda, I just want to point out that this is a reoccurring trend. And there's also another thing that's a reoccurring trend, which is the glitches.
No, I heard that you were meaning to get in touch with me, but then I heard you were dead. Now I got the information that I need, and now I have to break your neck. It's just the way it is. I'm just a messenger.
Well, I think it's our job.
Have you noticed that a lot of actors are in multiple films this year? That's a glitch. This year alone, there are about 20 plus actors who are in 2+ films this year, which oddly happened last year as well. Here's some actors, just to name a few. Emma Stone, Austin Butler, Robert Pattinson, Josh O'Connor. He is in 4 movies this year. And our Glitchmaker's host, Josh Brolin. So what is the Glitchmaker? The Glitchmaker is Thanos, who was recruited by Tashi in order to make these glitches. This allows Tashi to have an array of choices and an opportunity to see which character from these actors is the strongest. Thanos is so good at his job that he was able to create a whole new category of glitches, which is called the twin glitch. The twin glitch is highlighted in films that have twins or 2+ characters who are played by one person. Here are the list of films that are under the twin category. We have Sinners, The Monkey, Superman, Alto Knights, Another Simple Favor, which has Blake Lively playing an incestuous twin. You can't write this shit. You have Hamnet, Frankenstein, Kiss of a Spider-Woman, and Mickey 17. There were so many twin movies released this year that even Hollywood realized that some of these fictional characters might lose their twin, and to help them cope, they made Twinless. Twinless is about 2 separate twins who are mourning their twin's death, and the 2 main characters meet when they go to group therapy with other twins. I'm pretty speechless, to say the least. This all feels made up. Speaking of a film where a twin dies, is Sinners. Smoke and Stack are 2 brothers who feel intentional rather than a glitch made by Thanos. With Ryan Coogler writing and directing this film, it was obvious that Sinners is not of Tashi's creation.
Sinners is the savior we all need. Just like Emilia Perez, there is an opportunity to save the world. Thankfully, Ryan Coogler anticipated Tashi after seeing his colleagues being jailed by the Academy.
Ryan Coogler, a member of the Academy, has a power that most writers/directors do not have. He's able to feel the worlds of both fiction and reality. In this diagram, it highlights the balance of fiction and reality. But after Tashi, this is how it looks like. With Ryan being a producer, director, and a writer, he provided an opportunity to revive that balance. Due to Tashi's manipulation of smoke, he believes Tashi can revive and cure Stack's vampirism, but only if he works for her. Ryan had a feeling Tashi would be interested in a scenario where 2 good-looking men like Smoke and Stack are pitted against each other. Thankfully, Ryan got something up his sleeve, which is why he created a failsafe ending in the post-credits scene where Stack's still alive. This could give an extreme level of motivation for Stack, who's a vampire at this moment. No wonder Ryan Coogler was able to get Sinners the most nominations in Oscar history. But it all depends on what's up the sleeve of Tashi's playbook, because there may be more at play that even Ryan Coogler hasn't anticipated.
Remember Mickey 17?
Mickey 17 is about a character who signs up to work in space and subjects himself to a cloning machine. If we look at this movie through Tashi's perspective, this is perfect for her pickings, as she has 17 variants of choosing the best version of Mickey. And let's be honest, Mickey plays a lot into what Tashi likes. He's white, handsome, super popular in reality, he's kinda dumb, and he's willing to ride or die for those he loves.
Let's call him the Lab Diamond.
The Lab Diamond gets sent to the next film, Die My Love, which will be an easy transition for him because he doesn't really have to change his accent and he can play the idiot that he already is. Die My Love is a playground test set up by Tashi to see how Mickey reacts. Tashi wants to see if he'll fall in love, go crazy, stir up some drama, and I think this movie also allows him to develop an endurance to be in a relationship with somebody who has free will and is extremely toxic. Thankfully, Mickey passed Die My Love with flying colors and was sent over to another film to spy on the Lisan Al-Gaib, Timothée Chalamet, in Marty Supreme.
This is you?
Yeah, the chosen one. The chosen one. The chosen one.
It's a nice picture, right?
As you can see, Tashi does not trust anybody, and that is why Mickey was the umpire for the British Open ping pong match. Thankfully, everything went smoothly because Timothy did not disobey Tashi. Next up is the drama. This is the thing she's been setting up for this whole entire time, merging fiction and reality. She is essentially setting up a wrestling-inspired fictional wedding and has invited everyone to come watch and see Mickey and her tie the knot. She is so confident in her creation that she even put a timer on a reality website. And what's funny is that the only person she knows in reality is Timothée Chalamet. So is he making these websites? And have you seen these photos? Doesn't Mickey look like he's being held captive? And what scares me most is that Tashi wants world level of control, and that is all pioneered by her lover Mickey. So don't be fooled about the drama, as this is just another test of many more tests that Tashi has set up for Mickey. Because the next film, once drama is done and the world is in awe of her, they will all blindly follow Tashi and her lab diamond off to the Odyssey. One of the things that irks me the most is that Telemeculus is played by Tom Holland. Didn't Zendaya and him just get married? Clearly Tashi is angry about this and wants to screw everything up. Are you scared yet? Well, there's literally more. In Dune Part 3, we will have Timothée Chalamet, the Lisan al-Gaib. We will have Tashi, Thanos, and the inclusion of the lab diamond Mickey coming to the fold. I don't even know who's gonna get us out of this. We need help. We need legit help. Please, anyone.
Oh. Oh.
How is this even possible? How is J-Lo from reality entering into a fictional world?
I might be reaching, but don't you think it's a little weird that Tashi's whole fictional existence is completely ripped off of J-Lo? It also makes sense why Kiss of the Spider-Woman is the unicorn movie of this year. It's a duo film where two men fall in love, thanks to the help of a woman. It is also a trio film in two ways. And what is even more apparent, J-Lo plays 3 characters in one movie. And there's another glitch because she's also in Anaconda and Kiss of the Spider-Woman. J-Lo is hitting every single category that Tashi's part of. To anyone who's trying to cancel J-Lo during that camera guy incident, you clearly do not get what she's doing. This woman is stressed. She's trying to save our world, and all you care about is that she didn't say hello? J-Lo's been preparing because last year she also made a movie where it merges fiction and reality together with the greatest love story never told. With the experience from this movie, the timing of her arrival in Anaconda, and the powers that the Kiss of the Spider-Woman gave her, this puts J-Lo in the perfect position to attract a team that could stop Tashi in her tracks.
This might be weird to say, but J-Lo is our modern day Nick Fury.
Doug McAllister will be the first recruit and is the person who provided the opportunity for J-Lo to even come in the story. He will practically be the Disney Imagineer for this mission, and it will devise a plan to defeat Tashi. We have the K-pop Demon Hunters, who will be the neutralizers and find the glitches and trios that Galindo and Thanos create. I don't know how, but she was also able to recruit the Vampire Stack. He will be the main dispatcher to essentially sniff out Tashi's whereabouts. We also have Ben Affleck and Matt Damon from the movie The Rip. Ben is more here just to keep J-Lo company, if you know what I mean, but Matt Damon's character will be the secret operative entering into the Odyssey and hopefully squash the potential capture of Tom Holland. Last and but not least, we have J-Lo's crown jewel, the Frankenstein Patrick.
In the film Wake Up Dead Man, we see a man trying to escape his past. But what's odd is that he looks like Patrick. I know I sound like a nutcase, but hear me out.
So Thanos created a show called Running Man. The point of the show is just to find a replacement of Mickey just in case something were to go wrong. Sadly, the show blew up in his face, and he moves on to the next film, weakened and unable to control his powers. Which is how I believe he accidentally brought Patrick the Frankenstein back to life from his death in La Quimera. And hell, it's in the name of the movie as well. There has to be a correlation. To solidify my theory, Patrick kept acting like the priest Jefferson Wicks was an uncontrollable glitch to the church system, which also makes sense because when Benoit Black entered the church, he explained this.
And it's like someone has shouted a story at me that I do not believe. It's built upon the empty promise of a child's fairy tale filled with malevolence and misogyny and homophobia, and it's justified untold acts of violence and cruelty, while all the while and still hiding its own shameful acts. So like an ornery mule kicking back, I want to pick it apart and pop its perfidious bubble of belief and get to a truth I can swallow without choking.
If this isn't evidence that Benoit Black knows this is all constructed by Tashi and Thanos, and that's Patrick, then I don't know what is. JLo must have got word to search for Patrick's body, but she finds Patrick alive and tries to recruit him, but only to realize he isn't in true form, which is why she sets him off on a journey to grow. We see him learn the art of being a sleazeball and mastermind, lure men with good taste and history of sound, and remind him the realities of struggle and community and rebuilding. All these movies have given him the confidence to evolve, but there's one movie left for him to be in full form.
Tashi may not even know this, but I think JLo created her kryptonite.
Are they people?
No.
With the use of her team and the newly formed Patrick, JLo will be able to stop Tashi, and she'll do this all with Doug McAllister's idea of switching some bodies around.
Have you heard of Freakier Friday? What about Good Fortune? Well, Doug has heard of them, and he also realized the fiction world has its tendencies to self-heal and also be self-aware of how to fix the world. It created these 4 films that highlight exchanging bodies. One is even about switching bodies with a chair. Doug, who has no shame in watching super random movies, realized, what if JLo switches bodies with Tashi by getting Gabriel from Good Fortune? This could work. What's great is that JLo has experience of switching bodies and also entering into people's minds thanks to the movie Cell. So this plan could work, but it would only work if we
put down your phones, raise your ballots, and ensure Sinners wins the Best Picture, and make sure Timothée Chalamet does not, Lisan Al-Gaib does not, Bob Dylan doesn't even get close to sniffing an Oscar, because the world is in your hands and you have the fate to change it. Please. And thank you.
Love you guys. Don't forget to smile.